And we're
Live.
doing live.
Yes. What's going on?
Everything's completely bitching. Totally. Got a proof of paper right here in my hand. Whoa! Look at that.
Who's on the cover there?
Looks like Bob Marley.
He was on it not long ago.
No, I haven't done Marley in a long time.
No, he's. I have a copy. I sent it to someone.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When I sent that, because
Beatles,
I think I had the most.
Beatles, Stones, Dylan, Marley.
You have Marley before.
Repeat. Beatles, Stones, Dylan.
I know.
Zappa.
So I think I had the most amount of packages to send out from the auction this time.
Wow.
And so like 27, 28 packages.
So that's different.
I give everybody copies of the Record Collector News. And if people are sort of new and I have older copies, I'll send them those.
All right.
So,
well, it's Marley again. What can I tell you?
Well, there you go.
It's a good paper, though. It's a good one.
Who wrote the cover story?
Harvey Kubernick.
Yeah, recycled from when? Hey, Dave, I can't find. Hold on. Here's the thing. I can't find your contact info. Can you resend it to me, please?
Whoa.
Yeah, I kept searching and searching for it, and I can't find it. Oh, and for some stupid reason, my info is scrolling at the bottom. So just send me. I'll let my email scroll one more time. Resend it to me. Thank you. There you go. It's hard. It's hard when you don't have any other contact for people.
Morning,
okay. Thank you, Dave. I have to run out today, but I'll package it up. I'll send you your email and then blah blah blah. But that was the last one. I packaged up one package last night, and that was there you go.
Hey, Tokyo at sea.
I'll show a record. I have something to talk about.
Uh-oh.
I know. So I went out Sunday. Typically after the auction, I'll go out the next day, and I usually have a good day of looking for records. There was a pop-up in Los Angeles. The record company Now Again, who's a reissue, and they do really good reissues. They did the Zamrock and the Tribe reissues. They were put into a box through Vinyl Me Please, but they sold them separately. Seems like Bernie Grumman did a lot of their stuff. So they hosted a pop-up of this dude from Omaha. I'm sorry, I still have Dave's comment up. From Omaha. And me and Vinyl Piper were there looking through records. And we were talking with the guy. And I go, "Oh, where are you from?" And he goes, "I'm from Omaha." And I said, me and Vinyl Piper were there. And I go, "Oh, do you know so-and-so?" "Where'd you go, Jim? I need you to react to the words coming out of my mouth." Okay. So I said, the guy's name is Joe. His name is Joe. And I posted a picture of me and him on Instagram. Hold on. Something's going on. I don't know what's going on with my... Hold on. Okay. It was me and this dude, Joe from Omaha. And his name on Instagram, he's a record seller. His name is... sorry. Why isn't this coming up? He's Joe from Omaha. Fidelity something. I'll put it up. So we were chatting. Yeah, people in the peanut gallery are understanding that I was filled in on some information about someone we all know and love from Omaha.
Omaha man.
So, but this dude was cool. I bought a record from him. Vinyl Piper bought a bunch from him. But here's the main point. Now and Again put out a bunch of their stuff for 20% off. But I picked this record up from them.
Okay.
this is an interesting story behind it. There's actually an OG of this on the wall at Atomic, and it goes for quite a bit of money. So Stark Reality was a short-lived, I guess the basic is jazz fusion group, but the biggest guy in it was John Abercrombie on guitar, Phil Morrison on bass, Monty Stark on vibe and voice, and Vinnie Johnson. So how are they connected to this Hoagie Carmichael, who was a big band kind of guy, right? Jazz big band.
Yeah.
He supposedly he wrote kid songs. Oh, you will go. Hey, I tend to believe that you're full of shit because of all how you react to everything. The stories I heard make sense because just like this comment right here, dude, you freak out when someone says shit and it ends up being true. So let's celebrate all the stories I've heard as being true by banning you. Dude, please. Things just make sense. When you turn a light switch on, you know what usually happens? The light comes on, right? Dude, all the stories I've heard make 100% sense. Okay, so getting back to this. He'll come back with another account because, dude, it's not like he said you shot up a school full of kids. He said stories that make total sense based on how you behave. But I'm sure there'll be video of me talking about you right now on your stupid little sub channel that no one watches. Okay. So the Stark Reality. So Hoagie Carmichael wrote kid songs, and I think it says right here that they were supposed to be a PBS show, but I can't find it. I know he's on Mr. Rogers. So Stark Reality, Hoagie Carmichael's son, Hoagie Jr., is hooked up with people connected to the band, and they recorded this double album, interpretations of Hoagie Carmichael kid songs. And the way this out, here's the inside, and there's a nice booklet. They do kick ass. Look at this. Now and again, started putting in these paper lined sleeves. They do kick ass job with their stuff. And there's a booklet in here. It tells you the whole story. Really nice booklet. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So this to me it's jam. The reason you like this, Jim, it's very jam band.
Oh yeah,
it is very jammy. If this band was around today, I'm sure they have as big as following as the Dead and Company or whatever. It's very
really?
good.
I gotta hear that.
Yeah, and this is, you can get this right now for I think under $35 probably. Super I don't know what the list price is. And this is again, I really haven't picked up a now and again reissue that I had issues with. They're really well done. Bernie, this is mastered by Bernie Grumman. Do I have the hype sticker right here? Here's the hype. It's mastered by Bernie Grumman, and it's very jam bandy. It's really good. I really highly recommend this. If you like jam band stuff, go stream it. Listen to it before you buy it.
I'm gonna try to find it.
Yeah. But I would like to go into depth about stories I heard over the weekend. Oh, hey, guys, watch this. Someone is triggered. Hey, listen, Billiam, I'm not telling the stories I heard here. So chill. I haven't even told any story he told me. But yet, you're freaking out about it.
Bullshit, Rob.
Hold on. Everyone in the peanut gallery, based on his behavior right now, without me saying any specific information about stories I heard, can you tell me, on your normal human existence on the planet Earth, do you think these stories I heard are true? I haven't said any of them, but yet he felt the need to go into two of his separate troll. Well, he's been banned several times here, so he's creating troll accounts to try and get a word in edgewise defending himself when I didn't say any of the stories. So you tell me who's right and who's wrong. Goodbye. But he'll make another account because he's so triggered right now. This is hysterical. And here's another great fact. We're at the low end of viewers because we just started. 10 times more than watch your stupid shit, Billiam. But I'm sure you'll take this footage and put my face on something and do something, and the 10 butt humpers who follow, who comment you, who hate my guts, will be there to support you. Thank you.
Why shouldn't they?
This is the stuff people miss from the old waxed. Hey, everyone, let's take bets. Can everyone put in money if he comes back again with another troll account? Please.
I say 3 different accounts.
If you reach out to me privately, maybe I'll share the stories I've heard. Hello, Mazy.
How come you have to? I've been just like trying to sleep in a little bit, and all you say is "dude this" and "dude that," and I just woke up.
You know, Mazy, I am from a different era than you.
Yes. Yeah. Well, our dude, we did we had surfer dudes. It was surfer dudes, like back in the 60s and 70s.
I have full conversations with. I have a friend, and this is our conversation, dude. Hey,
it's like it's lazy talk.
Dude. And you know what? I did invite Joe to come up here and talk. So I will message Joe that I'm live, but we won't talk about the person who's so triggered right now. We won't talk about the stories I've heard.
Exactly, Brian. All the young dudes. Dude, let's talk about Japanese toilets.
Yeah.
No, let's talk about I got a great soundtrack yesterday. Total reissue, but
I'm eating a bran muffin for
well, good. Maybe it'll go through your whole system during the show. Hold on. Hold it up. I'll put you big. Where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I ordered it on
Music on vinyl.
Yeah, music on vinyl. This is such a great soundtrack, man. It's just
didn't that guy who's an actor who had the band do a lot of that
Tito and the Tarantula.
Yeah, you like that guy.
I love that guy.
If you ever watched the Pee Wee Herman special that was on HBO, like the R-rated one, he plays that character Hammy. That guy is Hammy in that show.
Right. He's a good actor.
It's not Tito Puente. What was the name of his band? Because they were popular.
Tito and the Tarantulas.
And they were like an MTV band in the 80s.
They're all over this record. They're all over. They do a lot of soundtracks or a lot of their stuff.
Yeah. Mazy became famous the other day for projectile food.
It happens, you know.
It happened, man.
I put myself out there. You got to get the full shit too. So
you spit.
Talk with your mouth full.
Yeah, I do that.
If I say dude, it'll project further.
Hey, what was that? Hey, what was that, Jeffy? You're Mr. Bungle. Mr. Bungle from the Pee Wee special. He has a big giant piece of cake. So
I don't buy a lot of wall records. I
buy wall records if they're in a price point I like and they're hard to hard.
Of course.
So hey, actually, I bought this from that Joe dude. It's not the best copy.
That Joe dude. Yeah. You could.
There he goes. Someone run over the back.
You couldn't just say I bought it from Joe. I bought it from that Joe dude.
How about hey man?
Go give Mazy the Heimlich, please. Give him the Heimlich. He needs it.
Good to be his age.
See, he's right now coughing up that muffin.
No, I'm not. I just want to be polite.
Okay. He's pulling it out of his larynx.
No.
Mazy chokes on a muffin.
That would get us the best. That would make it the most watched stream ever.
He thought he was a man. but he was a muffin. Anyway, hey, Fluffy's here.
Yeah, Fluffy. Do you want to? Anyone message me, and I'll send you a link to come up.
Yeah, dudes.
Can I show some, dude?
Can I shoot jazz records?
Well, you have to have your camera on to do it.
I know. I just want to finish my muffin.
The Muffin Man.
Yeah, I know. Man. Oh, wait. Hey, everybody. Everybody. Someone's triggered today. Look, third troll account. Hey, maybe if I get to 100 likes on this video, maybe I'll share some of the stories I've heard. Hey,
well, I think you should let them out slowly.
Can I ask a question?
DJ.
What is both of your definition of trolls? Is it you have to actively go into a chat and say and attack people? That's trolling, right?
And the problem,
not staying on my own stream and saying whatever I feel.
Right.
That's not trolling.
The problem is
expressing your feelings about stupid people.
Yeah.
Stupid, dumb, angry people who have nothing going on and a lot of stories about them that I know now.
They have a mental illness that is
uncontrollable. And they'll be triggered and go take my clips and make tortoise faces on mine.
The thing is, there's a certain obviousness that's bad.
Hey, I'll send a free record to someone today if they can guess how many more times Billiam will create a troll account to come here. So maybe he could be the #1 troll in the VC.
Starting now, 3.
So he's 3 right now. What number?
No, going forward, 3 more.
Jeffy is at 6. No one can choose 6.
Come on, Billiam. Only go 3. Only go 3. Come on.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Zenith has 7.
Zenith Miss has 7. So Brian, you have to choose a different number.
What did I walk into this morning?
All I did here, I did something that Billiam doesn't do. I went outside and hung out with someone who I consider a friend, and then we met a new friend who shared, he liked us so much, he had no problem opening up and telling me stories. So now,
the thing is, it's such a small world. It is such a small world.
Mazy, do you want to show records, please?
I was waiting I want to be patient. I don't want to interrupt you like you interrupt everyone.
No, I'm just being me. I'm being the person that people like.
Okay.
And enjoy.
It's just 2 of the somewhat newer Blue Notes. One is the Blue Note Classic. Great funky soul jazz record from 1968. Serenade to a Soul Sister.
Yeah.
This is fabulous. This is just a funky soul 60s. I love the opening track called Psychedelic Sally. Who's on it? It's jazz musicians.
No, I know. Like it's like
Charles Tolliver.
Yeah.
Stanley Turrentine, Horace Silver, Bob Cranshaw, Mickey Roker.
Yeah.
And you got John Williams and Billy Cobham and Bernie Maupin on another side. And it's just good funky stuff. I love it. It's just a fun party record. And it's cut by Kevin Gray. I didn't think he was doing this.
Well, he probably did them a long while ago, but he does.
Because I know he's doing and the other one is a tone poet.
I mean, I've heard they're like, way in advanced. Okay.
Yeah. Now this is good. This is this is from 61 originally.
Yeah.
This is a more bluesy jazz album. I like Horace Parlan. I'm a big fan of Horace Parlan stuff. So I picked this up. I didn't pick up, I forgot what the other tone poet came out with this, but this is the only one I picked up.
I have the classic records version of that.
Oh, they did a classic? I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Oh, classic. Right. Not classic Blue Note classic. There's too many names that overlap.
Classic
I know
records, audio file version that Bernie Grumman did.
Got it. But it's excellent. It's excellent.
Yeah, no, it's very good.
Except the first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, Horace
Anyway.
Parlin's great. I've never really heard bad stuff.
I like him too. I love him too. So 2 jazz morning records.
Very nice.
I thought you were going to show the other
Bravo.
one, which the other classic is that Stanley Tarantine, I think, which I found a music.
I didn't
Matters
get that yet. Is it good?
Oh, very good.
It's probably good.
Really, yeah. Very desirable
I
record.
don't get them all, but it just depends the mood.
You know, so this is a record I picked up. This is one of those French, early 80s French reissues of this. This is fucking excellent. This is like the perfect record to put on at the end of the day. This Blue and Sentimental I Quebec, very good record. Awesome. So I played that last night.
That's when you get lucky with yourself. You put that one on.
Take yourself out for a nice dinner.
It doesn't take much to get what most people here are lucky. You know, I got lucky here this morning with 3 angry 3 troll accounts came in. That's how lucky I am.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, Vinyl Piper. I just left it on because I haven't. Yeah, you know, I don't.
I've heard you complain about that, Mazy.
I'm sorry.
Isn't that one of your pet peeves?
Absolutely. I'm waking up. You're right. I got called out and well deserved. Now, I will say, with my tone poets, it might be not as smooth as everyone else does these wonderful, slip things. I leave my tone poets in the hyped little sleeve.
Yeah, I understand, but that plastic's not very durable.
I had 50 years of records without outer sleeves, and they're all
because I understand. You take
care.
So,
for most of his records, I believe Michael Fremer does not use outer sleeves.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Yeah, but you know what, Michael Fremer.
Whoa.
Meh.
You know.
So, go ahead.
He has a lot of rules. Lot of rules.
What does it say? Analog rules.
For someone who doesn't sleeve his records, it seems odd for the amount of rules.
I think
who? Fremy?
Michael Fremer has a lot of rules, and if you looked at all the rules he has, you would say, that guy sleeves his records, but he doesn't.
One thing I will say is we all have different rules for ourselves, and I'm not consistent with mine. Well, obviously, I didn't clean records for more than 6 years. I understand that,
Mazy, but it's all we know. Do you know what Michael Fremer's favorite sandwich is? Do you know if he follows sports? Do you know what a date night with him and his wife is like? No. All we know is all the shit he talks about, which involves records, vinyl records, and all the rules he has. Seems odd to me with all those rules. He doesn't sleeve his records.
Yeah. Records, it's fun.
I don't think he gives a shit about the cover.
Yeah,
he cares about the record, but he doesn't give a shit.
I tease a lot, and then I get on my mini version of my rants about people. I think people today try to baby their records way too much. Like, oh my God, it's like this.
Oh, hold on, Mazy. I'm breastfeeding my record right
now. That's funny. It's the funniest thing you said, dude. It's just like, okay, if you take care of your records, just normal, taking care of them, gentle, don't loan them out, don't stack them on without, out of the sleeves. People used to leave. You see these pictures of Steve McQueen or whoever, some rock and roller.
That famous picture with all those cool records on the ground. He's stepping on one of them.
Yeah, and there's one like Jimmy Page with records piled on the side, or Pete Townsend. People just had their records. It's the music, literally. I won't even say that thing, but I know you should take care of them. Obviously, with a nice cover, a nice Stoughton cover, that's glossy. In a way, I wish all these were matte. This glossy thing is a little too precious, really.
Hey,
they should all be matte.
Mazy, yes. Someone who usually makes horrible points has made a pretty good point this morning.
I said, dude,
You've said dude more times than I have.
I know, but I said it specifically for Rob, and I will get this week, including with my reviews. This will be included.
Oh, so yes, I got to listen to that, Mazy. My walk away from it is it's very Tangerine Dreamish.
Yeah, a little bit of that. As I said, I compared it in terms of my knowledge, and I'm not a real proggy fusion guy, although I have a lot of Mahavishnu, and I have Weather Report, but it reminds me more, if I had to pick one record in that vein of the what is it, the Jan Hammer, Jeff Beck, in a way like that album they did, the first.
Well, I could say, here I have it right here, not purposely, but it's right here. It's very, it falls on the mastering's really good. It falls on the ears very well. It really is.
Wow, you sound like a wine reviewer or one of those old guys in AARP magazine that reviews hearing aids.
Man, if
you should be on the cover of AARP Monthly.
Mazy, if you met someone from Santa Monica who knows me and they could tell you stories about me, that might be one of the stories they tell.
Fair enough. That's good. Okay.
Like Jim went to, I didn't go with Jim because I had to box up records on Sunday, but he went to the Orange County, Los Angeles Audio Society event, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was good.
And
excellent.
And there is someone who could tell you stories there negative about me.
Well, there's a lot of people that can do that.
No. Oh. This is a guy who lives in my building who is
for 20 years.
Horrible, like a horrible person. Yeah. Hey, hold on.
This guy always gave me shit, but now that he knows I hang out with you, I get even more shit. So I got shit last time and you weren't even there. I got shit on Sunday.
Hey, shit on. You got shit on?
Yeah, I got it souped up. Yeah, I got that Denon, man. Oh, Peavythal.
Okay.
Pretty good. I don't want to talk about it though. I need to buy two more.
Two more what?
There is a cartridge that is killer, and it's very sensibly priced, but it's made by some dude. So I want to buy two more before I tell anyone about it, because there's going to be a waiting list.
So guys,
all I can say,
right here,
will spill the beans though. I know Patrick will.
Is this the cart you talked about last week?
Yeah, I think so.
That someone said he was going to send me one to try it out. Is that the guy?
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
no, I don't think.
No. Okay. The guy that modifies the Denons or something.
That might be it.
Hey, so
I bought one. I bought one sight unseen. Just bought it, and I'm very stoked. Sorry, Rob.
That's all right. Let me share the screen. So the Jazz Dispensary, I think today, not yet, hasn't happened yet, is announcing their next title, and everyone's guessing it. It's the guess is it's the Blackbird City. What is it? What's the name of the album? City.
Oh, it's the reddish orange cover.
Yeah, and I listened to it, and it's not for me.
It's a good album, but it's weird. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
again, what's their price point? What's their price point?
It's like $30, I think, $35. But here's the deal. And people give me shit about this, but tough shit for you. That record's not hard to find for under City Life. And it's not hard to find for under $10. So if there's a huge demand for it, press that record. I can't imagine there is. And I would guess it's someone like Scotty. Do you think it's an excellent record? Mazy said it's okay.
No, it's a good record, and I think things should be in print. I don't know
I listened to the first song, and the lyrics are exactly this.
Yeah,
We're doing it in the park.
What is that? That's like the 19s. Is that like 75 or 76
something
or something
like that? But I mean, come on, Jazz Dispensary. You have so many records that people need you or want you to reissue. This is the one you're choosing. Really?
Okay, I'll show a
You
record.
can bash me. It's the best music ever recorded. I'm not the biggest fan. Isn't the Blackbirds Donald Byrd?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not the biggest 70s Donald Byrd fan, but come on, Jazz Dispensary.
Okay.
No one asked you to reissue this. No one. Please show me all the emails that came out.
Well, let's see
And
how it
please
sells.
reissue
Let's
the
see what
record.
the response is. Is
I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
you could easily get it on Discogs for under $10.
Oh,
Easily.
I'm sure. Okay, I'm going to show a record here that no one's probably shown. I just got it. I rarely buy 45s, and there's a reason I bought this. This is a Colombian singer, electronic artist, a little bit of a dance. She lives in Berlin now. Lucretia Dalt. Okay, and the reason I got this is
You made that name up, didn't you, just now?
I'm sorry.
Have you listened to it yet, Maz?
I streamed it on Bandcamp. I haven't listened to the single yet. Yes, it's kind of cool.
So that's a 7. That's a 7-inch.
It's 7. It's a single. Okay.
Don't you wish?
Costa Raya. Anyway, the reason I got it is because on the first track it features is a stretch. He comes in it later on is David Sylvian, who I'm a all-in guy fan on, who does a lot of experimental electronic stuff. So Lucretia Dalt with David Sylvian 7-inch. It just arrived. I've listened to the track and ordered the single. I forgot how much the single was. 15, 16 bucks, whatever, 18 bucks. And I pre-ordered it. It just arrived yesterday. So there you go.
Nice.
Yes. I'm going to just show something new. Oh, and here is one.
Uh-oh.
Now, this record came out in 2012, I believe. This is a freaky ass record. And I'm taking it out of the Bish Bosh. This is Scott Walker. This is the third of his trilogy with Drift and what's the other one? I did a whole thing on David Sylvian. He was with the Walker Brothers, American expatriate, moves to England in 67, 68. But in the last, 30 years of his life plus, every once in a while when he did an album every 5 or 6 years in some cases, he has the darkest, weirdest stuff. This is really out there for someone who was such a commercial pop artist. Tilt, thank you, Wickex, whatever your name is. Okay, I listened to this last night. It's a double album. It's 4AD. And what's nice about it, I never got it at the time, and I missed this record at the time. This is not for everybody. In fact, I think most people I would play this record for would hate it. But it does come with, it's nice when they came with a CD and a separate booklet for the CD. I kind of like that. They stopped doing that, about 6 years ago? But for a while they were doing that when vinyl was coming back. This is, you couldn't even call these songs. They're just almost like sound-based experiments with his deep, brooding baritone voice and instruments used in different ways, atonal, but it's a cool record. You have to be in the mood for it. And I listened to it straight through last night, and I just thought, wow, God, it's amazing that this is a thing. And I love it. And I love it that came from a former pop artist. So that's it. Bish Bosh. People who know it. A lot of people can't handle, I love his voice, but a lot of people just want his songs with the Walker Brothers, his cover of No Regrets, all that stuff, So there. And it comes in a slipcase that has his name on it, Scott Walker. There we go. A plastic sleeve that people always bitch about. Is this PVC that they don't like? You should put these records in or something. Don't people bitch about that too? It's going to give you cancers or give your records cancer or something.
I've never heard that at all. Hey, Scotty, if you want to come up and defend them, I don't consider what I listen to by them anything jazz. It's funk music. It's funk soul. But
it's definitely a funk soul more with a jazz.
Listen, I love Funkadelic. I love Parliament. I like bands like that. Donald Byrd 70s funk music feels lightweight to me. It's not. It doesn't feel. Well, I mean,
so many jazz artists went into that soul funk pop thing in the 70s.
Well, like Roy Ayers did it. Norman Connors did it. I tend to not like the Norman Connor stuff.
They either went the funk direction or they went the middle of the road kind of kumbaya thing like John Clemmer.
Well, no, I'm talking about there's
George Benson.
Funkadelic is dangerous. It slaps you in the face. That's kind of the aspect I like. I grew up in DC, not the biggest go-go fan, but I like the go-go music as opposed to that lightweight Blackbird stuff. It's not for me. So for them to
Blackbird album.
let me ask a question. Is that even the best Blackbirds record? I think they were on another label then?
That was United Artists, I think, or wasn't it?
Well, it's part of Concord or Kraft, but I know Donald Byrd on Blue Note made with that same bunch of guys, no? So I don't know. They're not for me.
Is this coming out on Blackbird on Kraft?
Listen. I'm sure you could get laid to that music. It's not dangerous.
Is this coming out on Kraft, you said?
Yeah, it's Jazz Dispensary.
Oh, well then maybe I can get a copy then maybe.
Yeah, you want to fight me? Yes, for that stuff it's not for me. It's we're doing it.
Okay.
We're doing it.
Is this the one is this it?
No, that's that's on Blue Note.
So this isn't coming out.
No, I'll show you the record that's coming out.
Oh, I thought it was this one because this is a great record. No. This is a great record. Okay.
City Life. Okay, I'll show you the record right here. I'm sure it's popular. I'm sure people like it. Does it need to be a Jazz Dispensary reissue? I think no. Here's the record, Mazy. Right here. This one.
Oh, I know that one. Yeah, that's okay. I don't hate it like you do, but yeah. Was that 75?
75. And it peaked at number 1 on the jazz chart, number 3 on the R&B.
Okay.
Number 16 in pop. I'm sure it was a popular record. Does it need to be a jazz? Did people get high to this record? Does it need to be a Jazz Dispensary reissue?
I haven't heard it probably in 40 years, so I don't remember.
Yeah, that's my opinion. It's kind of like I am not the audience for that title, but I'm the audience for Jazz Dispensary. I just don't think it's based on all the other records they released. It's a Jazz Dispensary title.
So how come you haven't brought this up? We have a liberal group thread, going that the three of us are on and a few other people that we talk about. It was so weird because Jim was talking about planning his record collector news and doing this edition and going from press, and he didn't realize there was a reporter from the Atlantic on the thread at the same time.
Mazy, I don't want to talk about that stuff.
No, some of it was very sensitive information.
Right. Listen, I agree with you, Mazy.
But you know what?
I'm just having a laugh.
It never happened, Mazy. Never happened.
Hold on. The stream will get taken down, Billy. I'm not playing the record, but we're doing it in the dark. We're doing it in the park.
Maybe that would be a good thing.
What are you doing? See, that's a good record.
Yeah, that's a good record.
That one.
That is a good record.
You know what Chocolate City is, right?
DC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good record. Oh, you know who engineered this or who recorded part of this? Jim Callan from JDC Records.
He has a shitty record store in San Pedro.
Hey.
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
I haven't been there in a few weeks. Record stores are, only as good as the last collection they got in.
Well, that guy,
actually,
there's exceptions to rules, Jim. That guy's the exception to the rule.
Wow. He is such an integral part of music. And all you care about is that he charges a little too much for his records.
No, he doesn't have a good collection of records in the store. He's two doors down from at one time. Here. Yeah. Hold on. Listen. Yes, they're all kinds of funk, good and bad.
I'm amused here.
Hey, Billy, let's go back. Billy's defending the record. I'll say, Billy, if you got a clean copy of that record in your store, how much will you charge for it? Secondly, you go out digging all the time. How often do you come across that record? Is it really hard?
Billy's
Oh, no, I'm trying to make a point. If it's really hard,
record salon is the coolest.
Mazy, shush, I'm talking.
God,
If it's really hard to find, fine, reissue it. But I don't believe it is. That's my point. That's all.
We have this conversation all the time. I don't think that's necessarily the key to a reissue, just because it's easy. You want to do a different take on it. It just depends. And some people want to buy a new record, you know.
Mazy, do we need another
Don't
reissue?
talk to me like I'm a child, Mazy.
Do we need another? Listen, dude. Do we need a? Oh,
dude.
$20. Okay.
All right, good. But you find it. It's not a hard to find record. That's my point. I'm asking you the question.
That's once every 3 months is not a lot.
No.
Okay. That's fairly rarely.
Funkophobic.
Wait, what? Frank, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you're a big soul dude.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, so I'll take your opinion opposed to Scotty's, who Scotty's all for it and Billy's all for it. Do you believe that this record needs a reissue? I'll take your opinion seriously.
A record in Brooklyn or Seattle is going to cost more than a record somewhere else. Even in LA, it might be cheaper.
No, I'm not. That is not the point. It's not a hard to find record. Well, I don't believe
that doesn't matter.
I honestly don't believe there's huge demand for that record, but I can be proven wrong.
They reissued Doobie Brothers and ZZ Top records.
I am not. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not always right.
You can buy Cars records. Right. You can buy Cars records easily, and they keep reissuing.
You can find. Oh, give me a break, Mazy. You can find Cars records.
Yeah, easily. I mean, they're not hard to find. Now they're not necessarily cheap, but they're not crazy expensive.
Sure, because in my circles, his records are in high demand. If I want a copy of a Joe Henderson record that hasn't been reissued, it costs a lot of money. That's my take.
I think you can go out probably and find any Frank Zappa record for $20 to $30 used, and they are reissuing every single title. There's like 100 of them.
Oh, hold on.
And I'm buying them.
Billy likes the record. That's his stance, but he doesn't believe it needs to be reissued. That's all. That's my point. I don't believe that record needs a reissue. Because there's tons of music genres and bands I do not like, but I understand why they're popular. I understand it. Frank is replying. Okay. Are you going to buy a copy, Frank?
I might see if I can get a copy just to do a video and aim it towards you, Rob.
Mazy
is that
the greatest jazz soul funk record ever made in 1975.
Here's the funny thing. Mazy's had plenty of opportunity to do response videos to Should I Say. It's not good for his channel. He doesn't. He doesn't.
It's not that it's not good. I just don't enjoy doing it. To me, a response video is a window that if you don't know the setup, it makes no sense. If it's a generic response I can do, I will do it. Like I could do something, reissues that people tell me shouldn't be reissued. That would be a kind of cool video to do. And I would justify it or not, or say, why did they put this?
Well, okay, if I held a gun to your head, which every day seems like a good thing to do,
right.
Would you say, yes, reissue that Beatles record? Do you believe there needs to be a reissue of a Beatles record?
Which Beatles?
Yeah.
Which one?
Any Beatles record.
Yes.
No. Well, okay.
What do you mean by needs?
The definition of reissue, they all should be in print. That's not a reissue. That's just a repress.
Are all the Beatles albums in print?
Unfortunately, not in their original mastering. Unfortunately, so no.
But if I want a Beatles record and I don't care,
you can go buy every proper Beatles album. You could go easily buy. Unfortunately, of all the remixes, most of those records are no longer available, which is bullshit. And they, So,
Oh, wasn't
But
there a
the thing is,
50th anniversary reissue?
the Beatles are going to come up with with an event that we need to purchase, something that we need to purchase every fourth quarter, every
yeah.
3-4 times a year. Boom! Oh, here it is. Got to
They
buy
have a
it.
business machine that keeps the
Yeah,
like a lot of groups, like Pink Floyd. They have the 57th and a half anniversary reissue of Dark Side of the Moon. I mean, that's it's a given.
Zappa does something every quarter.
You know what Pink Floyd did best? I mean, not best. One thing they did good a couple years ago, maybe 5 years ago now, when they did that Animals remix, which I think is excellent. And I'm not usually a remix person. They changed the cover, so right away it's not this original; it's different. And I think that's how all remixes should be. There should be something completely different in the packaging, so by looking at it.
Okay,
Yeah, the White Album should be black or
Okay.
pink or something.
We don't hear this. So, Mazy, please try and respond to this question. Try. Think about it. What album do you feel needs to be reissued? If there's one album you had to choose, you can't.
I know this answer. I know this answer because I've been thinking about this recently. But let me think.
I'm asking it in a way
I understand.
that it's an album you're a fan of, not just generally you think this album should be out there.
Well, up until a few years ago, there were only 2 records I had on my wish list, and they were both reissued. One was a John Martin record, A Church with One Bell, that came out on Record Store Day, which I love that record. And that's the one I did covers and jazz. It's really beautiful. And they did issue it. And the other one was Blemish. And luckily, the David Sylvia albums have all come out now or coming out. They might all be out by now. Maybe there's a couple more that still need to. But that was on my wish list, and it was like a $300-400 record for years. And I just don't need to buy a 3-4. Oh, I know. Neil Young's Pearl Jam Mirror Ball needs to be reissued.
Yeah.
And Neil Young is doing it in order. Sleeps with Angels, Neil Young, needs to be issued because it never came out. It only came out in Germany on vinyl.
So I could tell you, and I won't make it jazz because I'm a fan of music. I have tons of stuff on CD and hard drives that is not jazz. One record I would like to find a copy of, but since I can't, and I know it's expensive, is the Rod Stewart Unplugged. Rod Stewart Unplugged, MTV Unplugged. I would like to get a vinyl copy of that record. That's something that needs to be issued on vinyl. I believe it did come out on vinyl, but it needs to be reissued.
Lanois too, absolutely. Lanois came out, but it needs to be. See, the thing is, Neil, which you kind of guarantee, he's doing these boxes or these issues in order. So my guess is Sleeps with Angels will be on the next one, and that period. Eventually, we'll get to Lanois. So I feel confident that the Neil stuff is coming because he puts out an issue, unreleased stuff every 3 weeks. It seems like.
He's busy.
Yeah, the White Album. It's a good question.
Well, I mean, hold on.
Okay.
I do you want me to name records I hate that I think should be reissued? I mean, you can hate. There are plenty of bands I hate, but I would understand that
like
people
Styx
want
and
to reissue.
Supertramp.
No, I'll give you a band I don't like, but I hate Pearl Jam. But someone just said a Pearl Jam record should be reissued. I get it.
How about something that's never been on?
I understand that they have a lot of fans that want a record, so I understand it. Even though I hate Pearl Jam, there you go.
I think I talked about. Wait, there was 2 records. In fact, I haven't done a video in a while, but for a while I did a few. I know Donovan Sutras. That's the one Donovan album that was produced by Rick Rubin on his label, and it's fantastic. Never on vinyl. It might have been in Europe somewhere, but that needs to come out. Sutras, and also the what's his name? Roxy Music.
A lot of stuff
Ryan,
from the
Ryan
mid-90s.
Ryan Ferry's not show tunes, but the old Cole Porter stuff. That record should be on.
Hey, here's the deal. Are you coming in here to fight with me again? Show me you do some work instead of just commenting. Show me all the fanfare for the Blackbirds, because I don't see it. I understand people are fans of Donald Byrd. I understand it, but show me all the people clamoring for Blackbird reissues. I know they're Pearl Jam fans. They clamor all the time. Okay? But don't come in here just to argue with me about a point I'm making. Okay, you hate Rod Stewart. Congratulations. Do you want to be the head of the Hate Rod Stewart campaign?
I thought
That's a record I want a reissue of.
Hey Matthew, I thought Greendale came out a few years ago. That's not great. I thought that was reissued.
Hold on. You're not joining the conversation because you're not telling me records you want reissued. That's you're counterpointing. You did this before. That's all I'm pointing out. It's kind of the way you operate. So tell me, instead of taking the other end of what I'm saying, why don't you tell me a record you want reissued? Therefore, you would join the conversation.
I did not buy the Venus and Mars. I have so many copies of that. I've heard it's good, but I'm not a fan of half-speed mastering.
I flattened a copy of Venus and Mars. Oh no, it's Tug of War. Anyone want a copy of Tug of War?
Venus and Mars is a great record, but it.
I love Venus and Mars.
Half-speed masters don't. But I've heard what's his name? Parlogram liked it a lot. But you know how many? I have originals. I have I have like probably.
Jeffy, I'll put the Tug of War in your pile.
You know, there needs to be I know it's been reissued, but not really good. Leave and Leash by Fairport Convention. There's been cheapo reissues of it. That needs up. If those tapes are around, that's A&M in America. I forgot who did it in Europe. Was that on Island in Europe?
Okay, dude, you want to be angry instead of listening to the words that come out of my mouth. I said I want a Rod Stewart record reissued. Your first response is I hate Rod Stewart. Okay? I don't hate the Blackbirds. I don't. Okay? I'll say this right now. I don't know if I don't understand or don't see a group of people that are asking for Blackbird reissues. I don't see it. So therefore, in my mind, my opinion, this is my opinion, it doesn't seem they have so many other records that people want.
The Mercury Vertigo.
And here's the deal with you. I guarantee you the sales of the Joe Henderson multiple they just put out will stomp the Blackbird reissue. That's my opinion.
The first few Rod Stewart albums on Mercury, Polygram, and Vertigo are fucking great records.
Yeah, but you can find those in decent condition. I just want the unplugged.
Not the Vertigos.
I want it.
Not the Vertigos. You know, what was issued in Nerman AA and Europe AA? Was Leave and Leash actually done a good AAA? Because I haven't found a good reissue of that record.
Yes. Move on to something else.
Here, this needs to be put out.
Right. Go ahead.
It's out on vinyl. I don't think this was ever.
What is that?
This is a CD called The Word. It's John Medeski, the North Mississippi All-Stars, Robert Randolph. This is a killer CD.
But wasn't that independently put out? Isn't it independently put out?
It's John. I don't know. It's Rope-A-Dope Records, Village Station, P.O. Box, New York. So this needs to be put on vinyl, whether it's independent or not. Someone needs to put this out on vinyl. Never been done.
Actually,
you're talking about like Warner Brothers and all that stuff. Would they reissue?
No, hey, Rocco, it's not Run Out the Groove. Real Gone Music has issued a bunch of their titles you can get now. They just reissued a bunch of their titles.
You know, the thing is, you're bitching about Kraft. Kraft puts out a lot of great stuff, but they also fuck around too. Like,
let's put things in proper perspective. I'm not talking about Kraft, okay?
Well, we did because the Blackbirds is Kraft.
Talking about the Jazz Dispensary, which is
part of Kraft.
Specific, you said it is part of Kraft, but they put out a certain type of reissue. Yeah, you know what you're.
I know, but like for instance, sometimes Kraft is brilliant with their the stuff they do with Bluesville and OJC, and then they do some Fakakta Creedence Clearwater color vinyl that nobody knows what the the lineage
hold on,
is.
Matt. Hold on. Based on the response to my opinion, you're not allowed to have that opinion. Okay, calm down.
Well, I've heard those color vinyl are noisy. I mean, not that color vinyl is noisy. I don't believe that, but the Kraft recent colored Creedence. I don't know why they just didn't do a box like Chad did, 33 box, not that 45 Hazarai.
Hey, hold on. Tokyo Brian. Didn't that Schofield a Go-Go come out by a verb by requesting everyone poo-pooed on it because it sounded like shit? Is that the one? I thought people said it sounded crappy. Oh, look who's here. I don't know what this means, but cool. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate your support.
Yeah, Third Man does bad pressings, in my opinion.
Okay. MRP is which one?
That's, I forgot. I tell you, one of the best new pressing plant is Fidelity is doing great stuff. The MoFi.
Okay, yeah.
This needs to be reissued too. No one's ever done this on vinyl. This is an artist that came out in the 90s. He had a 10-year career.
Unfortunately, Zydeco. I love the Zydeco.
Unbelievable. Zydeco. This guy is so good.
Zydeco is $5 in the bin. Zydeco stuff is $5, and I love it.
No, this has never been released on vinyl, though.
Clifton Chenier and what's her name? Queen Ida.
There's a documentary about this guy.
Christopher, I'm gonna lean. I'm gonna lean in this direction. Thank you, Christopher. That's a good opinion. Thank you.
Hey, Kimbo.
Zydeco, listen, all we all know of Zydeco. What's that buckwheat Zydeco guy? That's the one I know.
No, but all the stuff on Chris Strockwitz's label, Arhuli.
No, wait.
This is special.
Yeah. Mazy has the first non-MoFi Fidelity pressing come out yet.
Yeah, Elliot, you got to get.
Yeah, that's all the Rhino. The two Rhinos that came out, the reserves.
Oh, those are all done at Fidelity. Yeah, I have the Eddie Hazel. It sounds great.
Yeah, I have both of them. They're great.
Yeah,
they're doing a good job, and I have some. They just announced, I guess, this week they're doing the first Hard album, which is a credible record. I would consider it if it wasn't 45, but because it's 45 and that's probably all they can get licensing wise.
They're doing the Heart. I have a copy of it here if anyone
wants. And that's an easy record to get, but they're doing it. Yeah. They're reissuing it, Rob, because it's it's a good sounding record.
Hold on. In 45 RPM.
They're doing 45. So I'm going to pass on it. I don't like 45.
Has that record come out at 45 RPM before?
Probably not.
Okay, there you go. Then
that's an album. That is a great album that flows as an album. And it's not the laziness of getting up. It's just chopping up a fucking record into 4 parts.
Hey, here's what I'm going to make a request of someone. Okay? Rich, why don't you actively try and participate in the conversation instead of insulting me or asking to be called a moron or poking at Mazy? Participate in the conversation, okay? That's my request of you. Plus, you missed the best part of the show already. And by the way, guys, we're up to 4 troll accounts today. Whoever had the number 4, you're in the lead right now.
No, I said we've had only 1 since we started, so that's 1.
No,
we've had 4. It depends on how you count. I said 3 extra.
I count in sequence.
Then I get 6. I get 6 then.
4. Listen, the butthurt individual has come up here with 4 troll accounts.
All right. Well, I say he was going to do 3 and 3. That's 6. So do 2 more.
Well, trigger him. Say something that would trigger him.
Everybody in Omaha hates you. They all don't like you in Omaha. Omaha. Somebody.
I don't know.
I had it first. Brian. I had 6 for. You know what? This is all elder abuse right now. What's going on, in my opinion, is elder abuse.
What are your persecution? You got you Jews.
Listen.
Brian's saying someone already has 6.
When I see you later today, I will hold your hand over an open flame.
Thank you.
You got to hang out with him after you're on video with him for 3 hours, 2 hours.
Well, I have to give the flattener back to him because he's crying about it.
I have some records.
Hey, you know what? Hold up the records you need to flatten. Let's just see how warped they are.
Hey,
okay,
Raji, I am not banned on the Hoffman forum. I am locked out, banned on one thread, and that's the Rhino High Fidelity. That's it. I can do anything else. So I can read it. So you need the Back to Black. Back to Black is all analog. Wow.
This is a
Back to Black stuff usually is not.
Green,
Chance.
Paranoid.
Chance. Is there such thing as lady mayonnaise?
Uh-oh. Are you guys getting dirty?
Leave and Leash is one of my all-time favorite records. So
the Chance can't be nasty like this on Surface.
Okay, I did buy a Pink Island label of Lee and Leash Liege when I was in the UK last August. It's good, but unfortunately it's noisy. But at least I found a pink copy of it. It's noisier than I would like it to be, put it that way. And I cleaned it several times.
And I just want to point out, people, that all the facts that I've been talking about today are brought to you by Wikipedia. When you want to know facts without knowing anything, go to Wikipedia. Thank you.
All right, so here's a record I need to flatten. This is a record that I purchased used in 2012 for $4.99. It has.
And you didn't bother to check if it was flat or not?
I think it has warped since I bought it. You know, it's just sort of like warped. So yeah, Bill Connors. But look, here's a Black Sabbath Paranoid that I need to flatten, and Tom Waits' Small Change.
That's a great record.
Whoa, wait. Go back. Hold on.
It doesn't just flatten.
Wait, hold on that small change.
Yeah.
Hold it up.
Yeah, this is a hot stamper. This I just want to relax.
So is the Better Records policy is it doesn't matter if it's warped or not, just as long as.
No, that's not warped. It's not a warped record. That's not a warped record.
You just said it was.
But
hey, hold on. Someone wants attention right now. Rocco, I didn't call you out. Do you understand how conversation works? Oh God. Okay, hold on. Did you buy the Alan Toussaint ST Beck Midnight Ventures, the good version of a go-go?
Absolutely, okay. And Beck has Beck has been teasing. I forgot that is the one. That's probably my first choice. Yeah, that's my first choice for vinyl. He's been teasing this for a few years now, and I don't know what's holding it up. Midnight Vulture.
All right. Yeah, no, I gotta go make some coffee. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Does that mean you're gonna have diarrhea, or you're actually gonna go make coffee?
Oh no, I've had diarrhea. I'm gonna make coffee now.
Okay. Hey, listen, dude, participate in the conversation. Massey doesn't like it when I say dude.
I don't care if you say dude, just say it a lot. That's okay. Yeah, Midnight Vultures, definitely. That's such a great album. God.
Well, what label is this record on?
That was on Geffen. That was on Geffen. DGG.
So they just did the Rhino Reserve. Do you think they're going to do 2 in a row?
Well, they don't have. I don't think they have Geffen anymore. They don't have Geffen. So no. I mean, he'll do it because they've released. I mean, it's been a while, but I don't think even not Midnight Vultures. Even a lot of the Beck stuff isn't easily available. They don't keep it in print, unfortunately. The early stuff, Stereo Manure, whatever it is.
Sea Change is in print, right?
I think so, but the early ones are not available. I don't think you can get what's the Mellow Gold? Is that in print? I don't even know.
Hey, are you back from looking for Blackbird Records?
Mutations, is that still in print? It was for a while. It was easily to get for a while, but they don't. I don't know why they don't.
Hey, Rocco, I just gave Scotty some shit. He ain't complaining about it.
Yeah, I'm not. No. Yeah, never mind. I can't respond here. I can't respond to some of these comments.
Hey, I'm happy that they're dropping sound bits from the Record Store Day titles, so I can hear them.
Are they? Are they?
The Kenny Dorham, they released forget what song, but it was like a 13-minute song. That sounded really good. So, but I don't know. Right now, I think I'm in for 3 titles.
Some of you people say the weirdest shit. What the fuck, Dear Abby? Give me a break. It's not even funny. It's Richard James. That's not even funny.
Yeah, but you know what?
I'm suspicious of anyone that has 2 first names.
Here's what I'll say. Richard James is a renowned troublemaker, but he doesn't annoy me.
No, but he has 2 first names, which is retarded.
No, it isn't.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay, today is the publishing release date of the David Sheff. David Sheff did one of, not the, he did the Playboy interview with John and Yoko. I think it was published the month John died, way back. He has a massive biography coming out today on Yoko Ono. It was reviewed this Sunday in the New York Times.
Do we need another biography?
Absolutely. Yeah, I ordered mine. I don't know if it's out for delivery today. I ordered it like last November.
What do you think you're going to learn in this one that you
Fluffy? Okay, Fluffy, learn etiquette. Mazy, you missed my question unless you ignored it because you found it dumb. What question? I don't even see it now.
It was dumb. It was dumb, Fluffy. Ask another question.
But if you ask it, I just see it. I can't say retarded. You know what they say on British television?
Well, we don't watch British television. We have American television.
You're always a one cup.
Okay. All right, Mazy, we don't need the word on my stream.
God, you guys are so.
Oh, listen. If we said the wrong thing to you, you'd be freaked out.
You're so afraid of.
But that was put out. Correct me if I'm wrong. That's his first album. Am I right or wrong? Al Green, Mazy, that's his first album? Back up the train?
I don't know. You know what should be?
I have a version of it, but I know there's different versions on different labels.
This is what would be a good slipcase of a little box set or reissue. They need to reissue all the Ann Peebles albums, and I don't know who has those records, but the Ann Peebles records should be available. They did one of them.
No,
the later one.
They put out a few.
They put out one record store date, the later one, but the ones there's like 3 or 4 key records that are not available.
Right. It's the Possum label. They don't own the rights to it, but they have the.
No, but they're on London High. They're on Al Green's label.
Yeah, but they have the rights to issue those records, I think.
Well, those need to be reissued and easily available.
You know what? Rocco, in my opinion, that record is not his best record. His first record is not his best.
Wants to dig with me,
and I'm a big Al Green fan. That's not his best record.
Okay, I'm going to answer Leland because he asked about Severance. 3 times I started watching the first season, the first 3 episodes, and I kept falling asleep. But I keep hearing how great it is, and I usually like minimal, like that kind of artsy avant stuff. It's kind of like that. And I just haven't connected with it yet. And I
started earlier. Start earlier because it's worth it.
As big as that show is. Here's the funny thing: as big as that show is, Apple TV is a huge failure. It's losing so much fucking money.
Doesn't matter for
them. My wife can't watch it. Sherry can't get into it. I don't know. It's too slow.
And I usually like that kind of artsy shit. Okay,
We just watched Adolescent. Have you seen that? You
No,
heard of it?
no, I
Holy
haven't seen it.
shit.
Like,
It's on Netflix. It's from England. It
I've heard-
is
okay,
intense.
okay. You know what was great
Really?
though? Severance had the best promotion thing at Grand Central Station. Did you see that? They had a big
Oh.
glass box in the middle of Grand Central Station, and the main 4 actors were in a death sequence, just hanging out there all day. And that was
Hey,
it.
Okay.
The main guys and women.
Chance, that's how I got my copy of Love Supreme. I bought it used at a store for $50 less. So, but where are you seeing massive amounts of them at stores?
I don't see a lot of it. I see a few, but you know. Hey,
I used to see RTI stuff at stores in Ventura County. Oh,
yeah. What year are we talking about?
This was during the
Reagan administration, right?
Clinton administration, yeah. The first Clinton administration.
This is like, hold on, someone's requesting to come up, so I have to deal with this. Give me a second.
Depot's having a sale.
Who's having a sale?
Who?
Hold on.
Home Depot?
All right, hold on, Chance. How much are you seeing them for, and what titles are you seeing?
This is the cartridge that I bought.
Nice.
The one that Patrick suggested to you.
So, do you see how it's put together with a bolts and screws here that go through, and they've got this nude like thing stick. I don't know if you can see it. You see that? I had to put that together and not wipe that needle off, man, with those screws right next to it.
Oh, I
This is
could never
not
do
an
that.
easy.
I don't have that. I can't do that.
Unbelievable. I was sweating bullets putting it together, but whoo, is it a good sounding cartridge?
Wait,
Is that an MC? An MC, right?
Chance,
Yeah.
that's what they get. Other than the Love Supreme, they go for $150. That's what they go for, right?
So,
all right, there you go.
Concert Buddy's starting to see a lot of some of these UHQRs and shit in the used bins and in the cutouts and shit like that, selling for cheap.
Not
Is that what's
cutouts.
going on?
They're not selling for. They're not selling for cheap. That's how much they go for.
They're not.
But not that they go for 150.
I wonder how much the frickin' Jimi Hendrix Experience is going for, because I bought that.
Hey,
that was a limited edition.
Hey,
limited to 20,000.
That's still available. It's the Axis that's out.
There's a prize going out today for comments by Rich on when he mentions moron. How many times he does that? He can't participate in the conversation. He has to make stupid comments. Basically,
Fluffy,
they're trolling.
We run out. Fluffy, we run out. Rob's going to restock the bins today.
Here's the way I feel about the HQUR. Here's the way I feel about the HQURs right now. They're not special. There's nothing special about them.
I think MoFi, even though I'm not buying most of them, they're putting out more interesting titles. I mean, they announced the New York Dolls. I think that's great. It's a good sounding record.
Well, yeah, but here's you have to preface what you just said by this.
Why? Don't tell me what I have to say.
Okay, well, let me say what I'm going to say, and then you can respond.
You can say whatever you're going to say, but don't say you have to say this.
No, this is my way of eliciting a response. Hold on. This is a way of me eliciting a response from you. Okay. So calm down.
Oh, we got Elliot.
Don't tell me to calm down. You've never had
I'm making a
girlfriend
point
recently. Don't ever tell your wife to calm down or girlfriend to calm down.
So you're the bitch in this situation?
Whoa!
All right. So let me just say this, okay? Now I'm on the very tip of forgetting what I was talking about, but I think I'm still there.
MoFi titles.
Yeah. Here's the deal, though. They have the briefcase of money to get the license to reissue them. Not all these companies have the money it takes to get the rights. So although MoFi's doing real good titles, they're paying to do those really good titles.
Whatever the reason is, I mean, Chad does the same thing. Now, I don't like that they're doing a 45 of the New York Dolls, and I would never buy a 45 of that album, but it's probably all they could get, which is unfortunate because that should be the 33. Pardon me?
What's your breaking news, Rich?
Rich broke some news.
Nothing.
Can I show this?
All right.
This is what I'm going to have to do to get Rob to bring me back my record flattener. I'm bribing him with
eggs.
Dozen eggs from my.
Your dog's about to jump up on you and eat all of them.
From my dogs. These are like from the.
Yeah. Don't manhandle them. Now I'm going to have to eat those eggs.
Jim,
they've come recently out of a chicken's.
I love that
wait,
your
you
eggs.
Just went. Did you wash your hands after using the restroom?
I love your eggs. I love that your eggs are
sponsored.
integrated. Your eggs are integrated. That's a good thing.
Eggs are
it's not that our eggs are integrated, our chickens are integrated.
I'm afraid when I crack one of those eggs, there'll be an embryo inside of it.
That leads to integrated eggs.
Let Elliot talk. He's been waiting here for 30 minutes and he hasn't
usually
said a word.
not. Eggs are $5.99 a dozen for large white eggs. Here is they held
These
that
are
price.
These are organic.
Okay. You make an omelet. Let's say you make a 3-egg omelet, which is a big omelet. It's $1.50, and you stick a few vegetables in it. That's a nice breakfast for $1.50.
Oh no, I sell these eggs for $3.
Actually, what I had this morning was an omelet, onions, tomatoes, green peppers, cheddar cheese,
2 or 3 eggs.
And so it was a little more than $1.50.
Okay, but
But I wanted to mention this. I showed this the other day. Mazy had shown it, and I picked it up based on Mazy's recommendation. Excellent record. I've actually listened to it about 6 times.
Alex gave me that. Alex
the last 2 days. But problem. It had I always, of course, clean my record first before I play it. I cleaned it and put it on, and it had distinct, loud pops in it after cleaning. Not all the way through it, but toward the end of the side 1 and a couple of places on side 2. I mean, it was a crackly pop.
That's too bad.
And so, of course, there's always the possibility of burrs. The temperature wasn't perfect when they pressed it, and you get a few burrs in there that will create those pops. And if you just play it a few times, your stylus will create the proper channel for the record to play through. That didn't do it. I cleaned it a second time and played it for the 6th time, I believe, and it removed virtually all the pops.
Wow.
But I think it's a bit of a defect in the pressing that I was pretty much able to correct. I don't know, Mazy, did you experience any?
I didn't experience
issue?
that, but I if I ever have that, I have a rudimentary lathe that kind of goes through the thing and rips those pop. I'm just making it up.
Hey everyone, I have to point this out when Mazy says something and it's not funny, but I think he said that to be funny.
No, I didn't have any problems with it.
Just smile. One of the interesting things is all these, of course, they're instrumentals, acoustic guitar instrumentals, but a lot of jazz compositions and some other. There's a Captain Beefheart composition in here, and this in jazz, of course, there's a Sun Ra or two, Charles Mingus, Alice Coltrane, but there's also the Minutemen. And there was another John Cage, of course. I guess he's classical jazz, classical combination, isn't he? But there was another. Kraftwerk. There's a Kraftwerk, and I've never ever listened to any Kraftwerk before.
Well, you can't even. To be honest with you, I know half those songs, the originals, and they don't sound anything like the original.
You don't hear it,
which is great.
None of them were familiar to me, but actually, within them, I was hearing snippets of melodies of some folk songs in there. I don't know if you noticed anything along those lines, because the melodies are so the way he's playing, they're not real distinct melodies, but there's little snippets of different melodies mixed in there. So I was hearing some of that. But again, it's Shane Parrish repertoire, and
He's out of Austin, I think.
isn't that a great cover?
Yeah.
I really like that cover.
You know what we call those guys on the cover there, Elliot?
Fancy lads.
Pretty
Fancy
boys.
lads. Exactly, Mazy. Fancy
Well,
lads.
I call them pretty boys.
They're
Same thing.
fancy lads.
Fancy lads.
Fancy boys. Kraftwerk.
I got a rare record the other day,
Okay.
a while back. I just got around to cleaning it and playing it. One I know that Rob, you'll just love. This is
You know what, Elliot? You know what? You could take that job and shove it.
Yeah. It's wherever you are now. The what makes this a fairly rare record? It's on Little Darling, the Little Darling label, which was Johnny Paycheck's label. So it wasn't a major label release.
What year did that come out?
I don't know exactly. I'm gonna throw a wild guess out there and say about 68 or 69, something like that. Could have been a little earlier than that, maybe a little bit later. But there's Johnny before he grew his hair out, and he was crazy then too.
Was he part of the outlaw country movement, or am I wrong?
He had been around a long time.
Isn't he the one that became a real? Didn't he become a real asshole? That guy.
Well,
he used to tell people to take their job and shove it.
No, maybe I'm thinking of the other. Who's the country guy that became a real asshole?
David Allen Coe.
David
Allen Coe. That's one thing.
He wrote David Allen Coe wrote "Take This Job and Shove It."
So,
I knew it was a connection.
Hey, Elliot, do you know Louisa County, Virginia?
No, but what's the town there, or what's it near?
I mean, it's Louisa County. There's a big nuclear power plant there, and they built a gigantic lake to kind of cool it. And people bought summer homes and fished there. My freshman college roommate grew up there, and he was a good old boy who would drink a case of beer at a sitting and listen to David Allen Coe records.
Well, David Allen Coe, as far as record collecting is concerned, his records, especially his Columbia records from the mid 70s to around 80, 81, 82, they go for money. Most country records aren't very valuable on the used record market, but Coe's records are very valuable. They're valuable, not very valuable, but they're $20 records.
Yeah, I mean,
at a record show, $15 to $25
selling his records.
Do what?
You can make money. I've come across a couple of his records.
Yeah, they have value, especially those first few.
Especially the extra racist ones.
No. You can't even buy those racist ones on Discogs.
Really?
Yeah. No, he only sold those through Easy Rider magazine. But I say it's not that Coe was such a racist. He was equal opportunity hater. He still hates everybody. He even fired his own son from his band.
Who does that sound like to you, Elliot? Don't mention any names.
The fact that he's a racist and an asshole kind of go hand in hand.
Well, that means he can run for president.
It's like that. But I'll say this.
Yeah, baby.
The best concert in a club I ever participated in was David Allen Coe. Me and my friend Keith went looking for this place we had never been before, about 60 miles from our home, because we heard Coe was playing there. This was about 1981, 81. And my brother said, just go down this road and look around somewhere down that road, maybe 20 miles from here. And we were like 60 miles from home. And we finally, we're in the middle of nowhere, farmland, woods, And then all of a sudden we see a bunch of neon lights and Harley Davidsons lined up. And there we were. We were at the Redneck Saloon, and literally that's the name, outside of Grifton, North Carolina. We walk in, there are more bikers than you can imagine. And we get in there and it's packed. His wives, so-called wives, because he claimed he was a Mormon so he could marry a bunch of women. He had like 3 or 4 wives, were selling the merch in the back. A band that we followed was opening for them. So we saw that band and talked to them after the show. And what's his name from Government Mule and Allman Brothers? Warren Haynes. Warren Haynes was like a 18 or 20-year-old guitarist in David Allan Coe's band. There was nowhere to sit. We finally found a table. We're actually sitting with his mother and father-in-law at a table. I say sitting. That's not true. We stood for this show the entire night, and everybody did. And it was a frenzy. I mean, it was a frenzy. He put on one of the greatest live shows you can imagine. And one thing about Coe's shows, he doesn't stop between songs and banter. He segues from one to the next song almost seamlessly. And his band was unbelievable. And it was the greatest live show.
When did someone come up to you and say, Elliot Cruz, squeal like a pignet, Elliot Cruz?
Yeah, always to that trope there, Mazy. Always head to that trope.
Well, someone else. I was thinking for the last 10 minutes, Deliverance, and someone else.
Well, this was in eastern North Carolina, not western Georgia. So this was the flatlands.
All the same. Once you get
it's not.
Once you get east of Oakland, it's all the same.
No, it's not all the same. That's the point.
I'm kidding.
Hillbilly is not. There's a huge difference between someone that grew up or lives in the mountainous region of, say, North Carolina, and someone that lives in the flatlands of North Carolina.
Right.
There's a huge difference. But this was a unbelievable show. The best big arena show I ever saw was the Born to Run tour at Cameron Indoor Arena in Durham at Duke University.
1975.
Yep, it was either 75 or early 76. I saw them there in the worst seats in the house. We were in the very last seats at the very top, but now Cameron is only about 6,000 or 7,000 people in the back, and there was a big pillar right here. We had to literally sit on the edge of our seat and lean up to even see anything. And the most obscured seats you can imagine. For 2.5, 3 hours, that band put on a show that was unbelievable. So people talk shit about Bruce Springsteen if they want. Let me tell you, in his prime, that man's show was better than any large arena show I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, I'm not the biggest Bruce Springsteen fan, but I did see him live not horribly a long time ago. He still puts on a good show.
Yeah.
I saw him in the Born in the USA tour as well.
Yeah.
It was really good, but it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was nothing compared to that early Born to Run period.
That period of Bruce, I've never seen any, forget people that have effects and set designs. And I agree with Elliot. Bruce Springsteen live in 75, 76 is the best rock and roll performer I've ever seen live. And he goes on for 3+ hours.
Jungle Land.
Jungle
Land was perfection.
Yeah, absolutely. No one ever since, ever.
Jungle Land was just unbelievable.
Now, Elliot, what's in that thing you're swigging?
That's a Yeti. Just a Yeti. I got Diet Sundrop, man. It's morning.
Diet Sundrop.
Diet Sundrop. What is? Go on.
Diet Sundrop is like, I would say ghetto Mountain Dew. But since Elliot is in the backwoods, it's like backwoods Mountain Dew.
Yeah, I'm sure he's still good.
I'm literally I'm literally 25 miles from 30
I'm
miles
sure
from
Bruce is still
the
Is
biggest
Diet
metropolitan
Sun
region in the
Wait,
state.
you're 30 miles from what?
From the biggest metropolitan region in
Yeah,
the state.
but listen, I grew up in DC and I could go 15 miles outside DC and be in the backwoods.
But
So
that was how many years ago, Rob? 20, 25 years ago?
listen, Elliot, you're drinking Sundrop.
You're
Come
drinking
on.
Diet Sundrop, Elliot. Now,
Diet
I got a question. I've never heard of Sundrop.
Yeah.
Could Sundrop be partially responsible for the raging diabetes that's going on?
No, because it's diet. Hold on.
Doesn't
So,
matter if it's diet. It'll still
Christopher
hurt.
brings up a good point. Here's the hierarchy of this type of soda. You got Mountain Dew right here. You have Mellow Yellow right about here.
Oh, both of those are awful.
Well, yeah, but which Mellow
heard of it.
Yellow is a southern beverage?
Okay, so Sundrop is a
Then
Mountain Dew.
hold on. Then you have Squirt, and then you have Sundrop way down here.
Wow.
Sundrop is a regional drink, is what it is. It's used to
in
be
a
I could
region
only
in the
get
backwoods.
No, it used to be the only place around here you could
Well,
get
that
it.
I can see why you would go for Springsteen. Then that kind of makes sense. I get it.
It was you could only get it on the coast.
Hold on.
Just distributors, they
I
had it
think
on
you
the
can get-
coast.
You
They
can get
had it in
Sundrop out
Charlotte.
here.
I think there's somewhere like Missouri or somewhere where you could also find it.
No,
And it's just it just depends on what distributors pick up
no,
the
we have
formula.
Sun. I think you can get
And
Sundrop
license.
out here. Sundrop's
Now,
I think Sundrop is the same company that makes RC Cola.
It
think it-
varies, but it's whatever distributor, whether it's Coke or RC or whatever distributor picks up the license and does it in that region, does it. They're pretty readily available here, but you can't go to a restaurant and say, "Give me a Sundrop." That's not that readily available.
No, because they're not. It's not like Coke and Pepsi where you have to.
Right.
They install the system to pour the drinks. But
even at the grocery store, they contract for sections how much floor space you can have for a particular product, and Sundrop is relegated to a very small little space there.
Oh, hold on. That's the stupid game. All right, Sundrop. That's
Yeah.
Sundrop. It's
Wow.
Ghetto Mountain Dew.
It's
Please
not
understand
ghetto.
this. Yes,
It's
it
not.
is.
It's
All right, here's
boutique.
the way. Here's
It's
the way
like a
described.
boutique blend.
All right, either agree or disagree. Here's the way they describe it. Okay, Sundrop is a citrus flavored soda that combines lemon, lime, and orange flavors and contains caffeine. Exactly, Mountain Dew. Okay, hold on.
Doesn't taste like a Mountain Dew.
Hold on. It's known for its high caffeine content, exceeding that of Mountain Dew. So when Elliot gets in a rage and destroys his downstairs man cave, you'll know why. But it's a competitor of Mountain Dew and Mellow Yellow, which I do like the Mellow Yellow. I do like it. But Mountain Dew is the highest one on that. That's the way it works.
Hey, can I talk to the?
It's a regional drink.
You know where it came from? Name the
Limited
state.
availability.
You know where it came from?
Hey, here's one other I'll show you, everybody. I picked this up. Steep Canyon Rangers and the Asheville. It's kind of a lot of glare there. Steep Canyon Rangers and the Asheville Symphony Orchestra. Steep Canyon Rangers, a bluegrass band. Asheville Symphony Orchestra, a symphony orchestra. Is Be Still Moses. Actually, a really good record. I was a little apprehensive. Comes in a blue vinyl, and it's on.
Is there a sequel or a prequel with Jesus?
This would be the.
Oh, that would be
This is about Moses, so this incorporates the Jewish faith as well. Look what record label it's on.
Yep Rock. Okay, that's a good label.
Yep Rock. And guess who are the guest vocalists on Be Still Moses?
Let me guess. Women, men or women?
Men.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Staples. Maybe
Hold on,
Staples.
I have some housework to do.
And
right
men
now.
is actually,
Excuse me, Elliot. I have some housework to do because
Okay.
this person is claiming squirt is a grapefruit drink. No, it is not. Okay, you should know better because it's from Missouri. Okay, right
Whoa.
here, right over here. Here's the description: citrus flavored soft drink, orange
believe
juice
grapefruit
concentrate.
is
There is no. The only grapefruit drink is Fresca. Fresca is grapefruit drink, not squirt. Okay, get that through your skull. Thank you.
men is in the title of the band, of the vocalist. You'll never guess. Now remember, symphony orchestra and bluegrass band.
Give me a range, a time period that they were famous. Or
I don't know, but adolescent girls love them.
Hey, Chance, next
Oh,
surface noise. Let me come up and we'll debate sodas. Okay,
that short guy,
those are
Justin
your
Bieber.
highest ratings.
All right,
Oh.
I'll suspend.
Okay.
Nobody guessed it. Boys to Men. Boys to Men do share the
They're
vocals.
good singers. I don't really
On that
follow
record,
them. They're good singers.
that's
Yep,
exactly.
they're
why
very
I have
good. Yes.
pairing.
Yeah.
So it's an odd pairing, an odd
thank you.
triple pairing, but it actually works really well.
And
Really
Moses
well.
stuck out his rod and said, "Let my people go."
Oh, I'm sorry. I
Well,
got
well,
confused
this
with
is
certain
more
times.
the song "Be Still Moses" is about be still in
My
the
mistake. Senior
in the
moment.
river. Don't raise your head. Don't say anything because the king is
looking for
killing
you.
all the Jews, all the Jewish babies. Be still, Moses, so
Yeah, I
you
know.
don't.
I read the book.
Yeah, we all did. I hope.
I saw the
It's
movie.
Moshe.
I saw the movie. It was with Ben-Hur, not Ben-Hur. Was it Ben-Hur?
Fresca
was
is better than squirt, by the way.
I want to chime in with what Jim, what you said about that movie Adolescence, or that
Yeah.
series, limited series. Excellent limited series. Shot. Each episode is shot with one camera, one shot. There are no edits from start to finish. And
It
the
is
only
intense.
problem I had with it, I believe it's in Yorkshire. Their accents are so difficult to understand sometimes.
I know. Took me 10 minutes to be able to. There are important things that were said that I have no idea what they were fucking saying.
Same here. I did not. I could watch it a second time, and maybe I could catch some more of it, but I could not.
It was.
Oh, hold on.
I liked it.
Hold
was
on.
good.
Hold on. I have to do work here. You're a traitor, and you will feel the wrath of my power.
Hey, can I talk to the gallery? I saw that.
Hold on, everyone. I have to make Mazy big because he takes precedence over Elliot.
No, I'd like to Vance and a couple people there. It looks like there's a good chance in August I'm going to be in Chicago, which I haven't been.
And everyone warn their Chicago police.
No, because I love Chicago. I've been to Chicago. I'm actually going for the weekend with the 9th and 10th or 10th and 11th of the Beatles Fest. For the weekend, that's out. Is it Rosemont out by the airport? But Thursday, Friday, I'll be in Chicago. So maybe Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday night, we could, or one of those days we can do a meetup. I'm trying to get a bunch of Chicago people.
Why are you going to be there?
I have some friends there who meet me at the Beatles Fest on the weekend. I haven't been to Beatles Fest in about
There's a Beatles Fest in Chicago?
But there's been one every year in Chicago for 40 years, and then they do a Jersey, New York area one. They used to do the Bonaventure in LA years ago. They don't do that anymore. So anyway, I'm trying to reach out to some people like Kimpton, who doesn't make videos much anymore. He moved out of Chicago, but I need to talk to Chicago peeps and see if we could do a meetup maybe Thursday. I know it's a work day for some people, but a lot of people buy records don't work anymore. All they do is just hang out. So I'm not, I'm trying to edge my way eventually to North Carolina, but I haven't gotten there yet.
We'd love to see you here, man.
I'd love to. But it's just like, Yeah, Mike. I'll reach out to Mike. I like Mike. So, and I'm staying downtown or staying at the Gold Coast area, kind of. But I can go anywhere. I used to know Chicago well because I used to go every year for about 20 years. I know that part of. I don't know outside of Chicago.
I went all the time. And I tested movies there all the time.
Yeah. I used to stay right by the river because all the ad agencies, Leo Burnett is out there and that kind of stuff. By the big Church of Christ building off the river, and by the Blues Club. What is it? House of Blues.
Hey,
Buddy John's got a club there, doesn't he?
Chance wants to meet you for a romantic brunch at the Bongo Room.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah. So if we bring Mike and Calvin, do we have to? Are we going to do a Gunkles video? I mean, I'm straight. Is that okay?
Not if you do a Gunkles video.
I'm just kidding.
I went in on I joined in with those guys one time.
Lavelle. I forgot Lavelle's in Chicago
stream.
too. Yeah.
Hey.
I didn't realize what the
Hey,
Gunkles,
Lavelle,
yeah,
don't be offended.
but I don't think it matters.
Maybe Mazy will bring you to the Bongo Room.
Lavelle, I want to see. I'm going to have Wednesday night and all day Thursday and Thursday night, and Friday afternoon I'm going out by the airport. So Thursday is my real day.
Isn't that where the strippers clubs are?
Hey, Rob, check out the back room.
Hold on. Oh, wait. The reason I don't see you is because you're way down below what I can see.
Yeah.
That's what
I don't get a notification you're here.
It's okay. It's
You're out of green M&Ms, by the way.
yeah.
Well, you're wearing
Rob
a green.
just can't handle technology.
Hey, listen here. You need to understand this. St. Patrick's Day was a week ago.
Yeah, well, squirt is more grapefruit than it is anything
No,
else.
I missed it. It was senior moment. I was confused.
Okay. We'll let it go.
But Fresca is better than squirt.
Yeah, the new. Yeah.
No. Come on, not
Hey,
when I'm.
hey, Harry, listen. You know it's fishy when you keep saying squirt all the time.
I got to ask. I've been wanting to ask you this for a while. When I got my first big screen TV, everybody said, "Oh, they'll never sell because nobody's going to want to watch a letterbox TV with black on the side." Remember when they used to have black bars on the side?
That's because they shot the format they shot
Right.
it was different.
And look at it now. You couldn't buy a TV that wasn't a letterbox.
So what are you asking, Harry?
I'm asking, what was your opinion on it when it first came out?
So when I moved to Los Angeles a long, long time ago, 93, I got an internship at Sony for Jersey Films for Danny DeVito's company. Sony were the big proponents of introducing widescreen TV in high def. The first intro was high def TV. They had a lobby area of the studio, I forget what building, where they had on display their high def TV with everything. When I saw that, I go, wow. Because I believe the only way you get people to switch is they have to see it for themselves firsthand. But I don't remember at that time places you could go. There were TV stations broadcasting, but I don't think they had a lot of content. So it was up to Sony, who owned Columbia Pictures and that huge library. They had to reconvert everything into high def.
Yeah.
The easiest thing to convert, other than their broadcast signals to broadcast in high def, which sports was the way they introduced that, was they had to convert their films. The problem is with the initial introduction of films they did it directly off the film. So if the film print they were using wasn't clean, in the high def, you saw all the smudges on the film. Well, so that was my first introduction to it, but I was sold right away.
Yeah,
at Michelle's first studio, she had a laser disc player there, and most of the movies were later.
That wasn't.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Rob. So just shut the fuck up.
Here's what I'm saying.
The point is,
unless your little anecdote is about high def TV.
It is. Well, no,
It's
it's about the fucking original thing Harry talked about letterbox, about
Letterbox.
widescreen. Most of
Yes.
those were widescreen letterbox. In fact, when Manhattan, Woody Allen's movie first came out on even VHS, he would not let them crop it. It was a widescreen letterbox, and of course, most people had small TVs, so they didn't like letterbox because the TVs were fucking small. And I agree with, is it Frank here? When I moved here, 2013, 2014, I bought the very last best plasma by Panasonic. I still have a 11, 12-year-old plasma, which brings off a lot of heat. It's cinematic and it looks great, but it's a plasma. It's outdated technology, but it fucking looks great. And it unfortunately uses more power. And until it dies, I'm keeping that motherfucker because it
Living in the material world.
All right. So can we go back to Harry's question when Mazy segued into something else?
No, he was kind of on target.
Oh, no. But my whole point,
you talk about widescreen.
My point was that people weren't going to accept it.
Right,
and
right.
Now
The only way
you can't get anything but that.
So they did, Harry, back in the VHS days when Spielberg was the big proponent. If you want to put my movies on video cassette, you have to letterbox them so everyone could see the whole thing. He was really the catalyst for forcing these companies to introduce the way people could see them. My whole point was that in the early 90s, when Sony made the active decision to introduce high def TV, that gave people, like, I'm going to be able to watch sports where it looks like I'm actually there. That kind of brought people into accepting this.
Now, Elliot probably doesn't know what we're talking about because they're still waiting for color TV.
And Rob,
I
as you know,
remember the first, my neighbor who ran the Western Auto Store when I was about 6 or 7 years old. He was the first person in town to have a color TV because he was selling them at his Western Auto Store. And I can remember going over there. This would have been maybe 63, 64, 65, going over there and sitting down and watching color TV. It was amazing.
First one I ever
like
saw in color
1980.
was Star Trek. And
I went to some guy's house in 1980 or something, and he had a laser disc. The Song Remains the Same. Gigantic screen, speakers all over the place. It was the most impressive television thing I've still ever seen, man.
You're welcome, Marty. It was fun.
Was the plasma TV the one that still had the tube and it was real heavy? Because I bought one of those.
Very heavy and it's very hot. The thing is, I think I haven't gotten a brand new one. I have friends that have new LCDs, whatever they're called now. I forgot what they're called. But to me, a plasma always had a better cinematic look. I mean, maybe not for normal television. For movies, to me, there was nothing better. Now, I'm sure the new ones are as good in a different way, but I like that cinematic look. Now, the bad thing is, if you're like me and you watch all those liberal news like CNN during the last few elections, that CNN does get burned in on the light screen thing.
And are they even selling plasma TVs anymore?
No, they stopped. 2014 was the last year.
You can go now and buy a 65-inch for under $300.
Yeah,
you can buy an OLED TV for under $1,000.
I bought one
for under.
And yet we all sit here and watch YouTube.
You can get one for under $1,000 for like $7.99, $8.99. That is a real high.
You could get a 75-inch for that price. I'm talking
a real high.
I can trade these
it's very open. You can go to Walmart and pay $300, $400 for one.
Frank,
Rob, here's a suggestion. You can get what they call a flat screen TV and mount it on the wall behind you.
You know, Frank brings up a good point.
Fall on my head when there's an earthquake.
Frank, he brings up a point. He says they are not as good as plasma. He says they won't last as long as a plasma.
But plasma heats your room up to 500 degrees.
It's definitely warmer, and it does bring in buzz. And it can bring buzz. But I've had this 11 years now, and it's perfect.
Mazy says that he on his plasma CNN burned in. It's really Elmo. Watches a ton of Sesame Street.
It's clearing up now because I haven't been watching the news since the election, so it's dissipating.
So
And
what's
how do you know that I was on that? How do you know that I was using what's that service called when I was texting, Mazy? If you're not watching
Oh,
the news.
the one where you can
Signal.
you can get on
Well, I
there
was
drunk
using
and give away your
It's,
military secrets.
It's God, it starts with an S. Is what's it called?
Signal.
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 You know the thing about Signal, and I know Rob doesn't want no,
Grinder. Signal grinder.
but it won't document the thing,
Hey,
and that's the whole problem. It has
gonna
you have
give
to
Matt-
document those conversations.
I'm going to give Mazy what he wants. We're on the Signal thread, and Mazy just released his plans for invading Omaha.
Yeah.
And he's not even drunk.
I don't
No.
get drunk.
Well, what would Warren
Well,
Buffett
Hagsworth
say
does.
if you tried to invade Omaha?
Whatever the hell his name is.
Say again, Elliot.
What would Warren Buffett do if
He-
you tried to invade Omaha? I believe he
Yeah,
would fight back.
that dude is 500 years old. He ain't doing shit.
He's,
You know,
He can tell people what to do, though.
it's
he would just stay in his 3-bedroom,
Yeah.
2-bath.
what's the insurance company that's there?
Mutual of Omaha.
I
Oh,
used
they
to
had
just
great
used to-
wildlife shows.
Omaha, Elliot.
Well, New Year's Eve, yes, we were buzzed. The funny thing, Jeffy, about those New Year's Eve things, literally, I had half a drink and we all get buzzed, but we don't drink a lot. It's funny, but we get into it definitely.
I don't know, Harry, about that. Look,
All right.
it's one of the smart decisions. I have a 65-inch TV. It's the OLED. It's not plasma. My apartment would be 5,000 degrees. Okay. Wait, we still have a lot more time. Any new subjects people want to bring up?
There's a comedy on now on Netflix that people might be interested in called The Residence, and it's about it's about a murder in the White House residence section of the White House.
Wouldn't that be? I wish it was true.
During a state dinner with the Australians, and that one of the girls, the ladies that played in Orange Is the New Black, she plays the greatest detective in the world today, and she comes in to solve the
case?
murder, or is it a suicide?
Who
This
was
is on
murdered?
YouTube,
Who was
you said?
murdered?
It's
Who was
on
murdered?
Netflix.
Who was
Netflix.
murdered?
The head butler of the
Damn.
residence in the White House.
Did you see the
Damn.
one? Did you see the comedian that was saying something about the Kennedy Center? And he said,
Yeah, I saw that.
he said, I love. They never named it the Kennedy Center until he says, He says, I think they should name it after Trump. And when you think about it, they didn't name the Kennedy Center after him until he was. Oh. Maybe we can name it the Trump Center.
Well, I believe they had comedy acts at the Kennedy Center recently, and they
did the
went off on
Mark Twain
the,
Award to Conan
He should
O'Brien.
have boycotted that. That's bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think the comedians that they had on there led into the current administration pretty heavy.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. They still went there and supported it. They should have said, fuck you, I'm not going there.
Hold on, people are crying. In the peanut
crying?
gallery. I have to hold on. Here's someone introducing a new topic.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means.
It
Not
must be a
good.
baseball thing. Or is it basketball?
It could be somebody
basketball.
from one of the major schools for his
I'm
ACL.
I'm waiting
Sure.
for my major school to get a new coach. So I need to see.
Yeah.
How's your
I-
bracket going there, Rob?
The ACC is really, we're in the worst down cycle we've ever been basketball wise this year. In the last few years, we lost all those major legacy coaches, Krzyzewski and Williams and Bennett. But maybe now we're on the upswing. Odom's gone to Virginia. Florida State hired a new coach. Miami's hired a new coach. They're all good. NC State, as Rob so eloquently put the other day, has hired a total asshole.
Yeah,
But, you
he's.
know, in the college basketball game
I
day,
predict within 5 years he will not be there anymore.
you need assholes to run things. I don't know, Rob. Maybe
Come on,
some-
it's not working out very well in America.
I predict, Elliot, the ACC is very close to disbanding anyway, so doesn't matter.
we are in a treacherous time right now.
No, I mean, in the next 5 or 10 years, there'll be 4 major power conferences. That's what it will be.
Well,
It's about
ACC
the-
might be
it's
one
about
of
the
the
TV
4,
money.
or it might be the Big 12, or there may be a merger between the Big 12 and the ACC.
Well,
Who knows?
it's about deciding where your money is, basketball or football.
It's about football.
It's
money.
all about
Yeah.
money.
There's
No,
so
thing
much
is,
money being made in college
it's always
football.
been, listen, the way these schools get their money, other than donors, is TV money. The reason, like the Big 10 is the way it is, they went into DC and got Maryland, they went into New York and got Rutgers, so they could be in those TV markets. So
But
it's about, you have to choose what you want.
that's not where it's at now as far as TV markets in specific locations, because you don't have your carrier fees. They're fading out as cable.
No,
fades out.
I understand, but it also helps with the recruiting. That the fact that the big, but
Well, you think about the Big Ten; those schools in the Big Ten are humongous public
That's
universities,
why they're big.
mostly humongous. The
That's what
ACC,
I'm
for
talking
instance,
about.
and or the Big 12, they're not. There's the ACC is a mixture of small privates like Wake Forest, Duke, Miami, and medium-sized public universities like UNC, Chapel Hill, Virginia,
yeah,
Virginia Tech, NC State. So we're not. We don't have student bodies of 50 and 60,000 students. We've got student bodies of Wake Forest has got like what 4,000 or 5,000 students. NC State and UNC Chapel Hill have about 30,000. So they're half as big as these Big Ten schools. Now I'm not sure about the Southeastern Conference.
See, by never successfully matriculating from grade 11, I was able to bypass all that college ball shit and go right into the Lakers.
yeah.
all I'm
You know, Jim, you can still be a ball boy.
Hey, man, I'm just saying when it comes to college sports, my degree of concern may be measured in micro give a shit.
Yeah, same here.
Well, but Jim, you were raised in an area where you had proteins for every
Right.
sport, multiple proteins for every sport. I was raised in an area when I grew up, their college ball was the major sport in our area. Now we've got, well, Raleigh's got a hockey team and Charlotte's got a basketball team and a football team, but they're recent last 20 years.
No, you know,
So our
Elliot-
whole mindset in North Carolina is geared toward college athletics.
Well, the teams I grew up on, their fan base went all the way down there. The Redskins went all the way down there before they had football, and the Orioles fan base went.
Well, most people around here were Redskins fans.
Yeah. The Redskin fan base was huge. when I
Can
was
you
growing
make Chris from Record Talks comment big?
up. Okay, let's see what he's saying.
There you
Mascots.
go.
I was the mascot. I loved it.
You're still a mascot.
Thank you
You're
for
at
what?
Virginia Commonwealth, right, Rob?
Right?
You're a mascot for the Jazz Bums.
Mazy,
Did you
like-
ever have to jump off of like the diving board and dunk the
No,
ball?
I was too big when I had that thing on, Harry. I was 6'7" with that thing on.
What was your outfit? What was it?
It was a ram. We were Here's the problem. When VCU was created in 1968, when two schools merged together, Richmond Professional Institute and the Medical College of Virginia merged to create VCU. The mascot for Richmond Professional Institute, I don't know if Elliot knows this. You know what their mascot was? The
No.
Green Devils. The Green Devils. And I really seriously wish they kept that mascot when VCU was formed, because there's in the A10, there are two other teams with Rams as their mascot, Fordham and in Rhode Island.
Did you ever pee in your mascot uniform?
No, I would sweat so much like I'd lose 7 pounds. So I didn't need to pee. I would just.
Now, did you get a lot of
I
the
did a game,
cheerleaders like you?
Big E and VCU, I think it alternates between us and George Mason, but on average, we're the biggest school in the state of Virginia.
Isn't the VCU Tim?
What?
Right.
Tim, the Vinyl Community College.
No.
Community college.
Tim went to
VCC.
Michigan.
No, but
And
University
that is
of
a
Vinyl.
gigantic school.
The University of Vinyl is Tim.
Yes, but
You love
Virginia,
that new Paranoid
Virginia
press.
Commonwealth
And
University.
he said you can't hear a dropout in it too.
Well, I compared them both. The 2006, it's not a dropout. The 2006 starts off 3 minutes in, it increases a lot. I did 4 clicks on my amp. The new one, since I was listening kind of for it, I could hear it, but it's not as dramatic. It's slower than it kind of increases, but it's not a dropout. It just goes soft and then kind of comes up. So I don't know.
And people are saying it's better than the Vertigo swirls.
I haven't heard of Vertigo, so I can't.
How
Patrick
does
won't
it
say
sound?
that.
Harry, you got yours. How does it sound?
It's great. I love it.
Did you
No
compare it to
complaint.
anything?
No, just the double 2016 that came out with a bonus disc of live material and outtakes and stuff. That's the only thing I had to compare it to. But I think that the ones that are going to be more valuable, if you're talking about collectability, are going to be like the Alice Cooper, because it's not selling out right away. So they're probably not going to put it out as a non-numbered edition.
No, they're putting them all out as non-numbered. Come on.
Not
If they're not
all of
selling
them,
out,
not the
they're not
ones that don't sell fast.
Well, what? No. Here, I'll rephrase this. If they're not selling fast, they'll send them to record stores like they did before.
Yeah, and then they won't repress them. So there'll only be 5,000 of this.
Right. But how many? You could still get the first Black Sabbath, right?
As a non-numbered.
I think the repress actually sold out of the Black Sabbath.
You do?
I think
I
so.
wonder how many.
They're not going to
Maybe
keep pressing it.
ask your friends, Mazy. How
They
many?
won't. They don't tell exactly. Supposedly, their foot. Most likely they print them. They press them at the same time. I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah, that could be.
Now, if that initial issue of numbered, if they only sell 2/3 of what they have, and the rest go to record shops, you realize what's going to happen when they go to record shops. They're going to sit in those record stores, and some of them will sell. But if a record store got 6 of them, and they only sell 2 or 3 of them in the first 6 months, maybe year, they're going to mark those down, and you're going to be able to get them for 20% or
Not
30%.
a Black Sabbath record.
No.
Elliot.
Well,
They're
if they're
not-
Maybe an Emmylou Harris record,
got
but
a
not
brick
Black
and mortar, and they're sitting at the store, and you've got multiple copies, you're going to sell some of them at a discount just to make room for the next.
but you don't
copy.
have to with a Black Sabbath record. Emmylou Harris, maybe, yes, or yeah.
Hold on. Breaking news. They have Black Sabbath still unnumbered back in stock in the rain.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I know I
Thank you.
bought the Black Sabbath. Which album is it? It's not Paranoid. The one, I guess it's the debut album.
It's called Black Sabbath.
I bought that album for, like 50% of what it sold for new, a repress from a few years ago. I bought that for 50% or less of what it sold for new in near mint condition. So,
All right. Hey, guys, we're over 2 hours. I appreciate everyone coming by. I have to pack up the flattener because Jim has threatened to murder one of the chickens if I don't do it.
Yeah, I'm bribing him with
Eggs.
for $75 worth of eggs.
Yeah, everybody go out and order that Blackbirds record right now.
Well, they haven't announced it yet, I think.
Oh, Oh, I didn't know. Okay.
No, they announced
and
it
you know
on
what?
Signal. They
Come
announced it
back,
on
come
Signal.
back on Thursday, Elliot, so you could do more backwoods math for us.
Chance, you can't believe what he says. He's probably drunk.
Who?
Pete Hegseth.
Oh God.
All right, we're not complaining. Harry's about to do a live stream to do his rants about politics. Go
No,
tune
I'm
in.
not.
Goodbye, everyone.
Happy,
Have a lovely
happy
day.
week, everyone.
We'll see you on Thursday.
Happy
See you,
care.
Bob.
Christmas.
Take
Ciao.
care. Enjoy.